I have the first cake video of 2020, you guys. 2020. I don't know what that was. I was trying to do 2020, but it's probably more confusing than it was worth doing. And what is it gonna be? Food, of course, because I eat. Oh my gosh. It's like the same motorcycle going back and forth just because I'm trying to do a video. I'm gonna do one of our favorite fruits. I feel like most of us may have this in common. I'm just gonna say honey barbecue because it looks like honey barbecue. Like it just look, matter of fact, it looks like brown sugar barbecue. Brown sugar barbecue chicken wings. I'm going to make a chocolate cake and then I'm going to load it up with dessert barbecue chicken wings. Rice Krispie treats, so you know, it's good stuff. And celery. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel, press on the notification bell, and let's get started for 2020. So I have here some of my personal chocolate cake mix. I basically just did all of the dry ingredients in a bowl, and then when I was ready I added all of the wet ingredients, and this is the same cake recipe that I showed you guys in my Decadent chocolate cake recipe, so I will leave the link to that below. It's delicious. Once we put that in the oven, we can move on to making our chicken wings. So I have melted down some marshmallow and some butter, and we are going to make a hyped up Rice Krispie treat. I didn't know that there was a difference between Rice Krispies and Rice Puffs. I thought that I was getting a generic brand of Rice Krispies, cause like when do you ever hear kids say, "Mommy, can I have my Rice Puffs? Dad, did we get the Rice Puffs in?" Like you never hear, I never asked for Rice Puffs. So I did not know that this was a different cereal. We're gonna add in some cornflakes as well. Cornflakes tend to make fake chicken look like it's really fried, you know, all crispy. My little plastic fork, which I consider to be a pretty decent quality of plastic, snapped in half like it was nothing. So use something metal and sturdy. And then I also did grease up my hands with some oil. It's easier to make wingettes than whole wings. Nowadays, nobody ever serves whole wings anymore, which is so disappointing. Once I made all of my Rice Krispies, this is the chocolate cake. I'm actually going to put the Rice Krispies onto the cake just to make sure that I have enough to cover the whole thing. Because those Rice Puffs didn't break down, I need to really try to make this as brown as possible to make it look like it was cooked before it was tossed. So I put a little bit of brown gel dye mixed with a drop of water, just enough so that it was sprayable. I put that in my airbrush machine, and I'm going to attempt to falsely fry my chicken wings. Now this is the part where I am staring in my fridge trying to think, what in the world could I use to make barbecue sauce? And that apple butter literally screamed at me from the bottom shelf. It was like, "Hey!" And I was like, "Stop it." And it was like, yeah, I look just like barbecue. So I'm going to pour all of that delicious brown sugar barbecue sauce over the chicken. And I was attempting to toss it like how I would toss chicken. It didn't toss as perfectly as I wanted it to, so I brought out the spatula. And that's not me, you guys. That was just because it is a cold sauce after all. And it's not real chicken, so there's no grease involved. And the bowl is small. But usually my toss game is crazy. So anyway, I'm going to put some vanilla frosting onto my chocolate cake. That is a really delicious combination, by the way. So classic and tasty. And I'm going to pile my sauced wingettes on top of my cake. Now my biggest thing here was making sure that all of that frosting was covered up, because I could just see my aunt saying, "Hey, what's that little bit of light underneath all of that?" So I took the extra sauce and I put it all over the chicken and the cake, or the Rice Krispie and the cake. Okay, now I need to make celery. Let me just say, I only have 15 minutes to make the celery before they get there. So I have simply cut some white fondant into rectangular curved shapes with some little lines that I dug in there with the back of a knife. I'm just going to use some green petal dust and kind of turn it green. I would have loved to have started with an off-white or eggshell white, beigey, light green kind of color to make it so much more realistic. At this point, it just needs to look like celery from a distance so that no one really questions until they at least get up close so that I can get that first reaction. So please don't say, hey girl, your celery is off. We know this. But this is what it's looking like right now. It has all come together. I am tempted to lick my fingers and I'm not even eating anything. So I think with that being said, this will make a very tasty prank video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Couture and a honey barbecue chicken wing cake. Bye guys. I look so dewy. It's the shea butter. I was able to make a prank out of this video, so please look out for that. It's going to be coming right after this video actually. I know the Rice Krispie treats are delicious, but I can't really imagine them with the apple butter on there. But it has to be good, right? Two really good things together. I don't know. I have to try it for myself. Let me know what foods I should make next. I started this in Thanksgiving, making these food cakes, and at this point I have a whole list of other food cakes that I want to do. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, Cake Nistas.